This is Jeff Williford with UTTylerPatriots.com here with Jennifer Skinner, the Campus Activities Coordinator here at UT Tyler. First of all, Jennifer, we're here to talk about Jamison Adams, some of the programs he does. But first of all, why don't you explain to the people watching what you do here at UT Tyler?
Well, as Jeff said, I'm the Campus Activities Coordinator, which means that I plan any campus-wide programming that we do, and that includes our festival weeks, which is Welcome Week, Homecoming, we have Patriot Days in the spring. It also includes any Campus Activities Board programming, so I am the advisor for them. That's the student organization that plans kind of the smaller events that we do. I also do any of the multicultural and diversity, and as of right now, I'm also handling the University Center programming as well.
If you are on campus, you will see Jennifer Skinner doing something. We mentioned Jamison. Tell me how your two, departments interact. How do you mesh? How do you work together? Maybe answer that first, and I got a second question for you.
I think the big thing with Jamison and I, our areas, is that we're trying to build kind of that team unity, the Patriot pride, if you will. So a lot of things that we do is really to kind of enhance their college experience, because in the end game we want them to have that traditional college experience where they feel like they got something out of college, that they have memories that they can take with them, and hopefully come back as alumni and participate in those things that they help create.
How do you think that athletics, really does enhance things like homecoming? We've already planned it. It's coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
How does athletics enhance that? Would it be, lacking if there wasn't a soccer game or a football game? Explain how it's worked.
I think without athletics, I don't think necessarily homecoming would exist, because obviously we want something for them to come back to and look forward to. The biggest thing is obviously now for us in the fall is doing it around soccer. That happened, I guess, a few years ago, 2005, 6, something like that, when they decided to make it a fall festival and have it a week long for the students. Because we are still relatively new, and I think working with athletics to kind of build those traditions is something that we're doing for the students, because the biggest thing for them is understanding that it is still young and that they can help us in creating those traditions to where they've done it enough to where they can come back whenever they're done and whenever they're alumni and actually see how that tradition has grown.
What, maybe for the people watching, I know there's not just Division III NCAA schools, maybe people from Division I, Division II. Explain kind of real short what our homecoming is going to be like, kind of the things we have planned for this year, including Patriot Madness.
Of course. We do a week-long festival for homecoming, so it starts on Monday and it ends on Saturday. Monday, obviously, we usually do some sort of a kickoff event. It kind of started a few years ago. The tailgate used to be what we do, but it happened on Friday, but we decided we really wanted to enhance homecoming by letting the students know that it was a week-long thing, so we kicked it off on Monday, and that's the first official event that we do for homecoming, and that's actually going to be out between the lakes this year, where we've moved the location a little bit. The other big things we have going on that week is Patriot Paddle, which is always a spirit competition, big hit. The teams do relay races across the pond, which is always fun. Patriot Idol is a big hit. We always have a ton of contestants, and we narrow it down to the top 10 best of the best, because the Alumni Association is so gracious and gives us $1,000 for the winner for that. Of course, we have Patriot Madness. That is the introduction to the basketball teams, I think, and starting off on the spring side of sports. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to open that up with a comedy night with a comedian that Cab picked, so that'll be fun. And then it kind of all culminates on Saturday around the soccer games. There's games on Friday night and Saturday night. We are encouraging students to go out there and support the Patriots on both nights, of course. We're trying to kind of position events around those games, so even if they're not necessarily watching the game, they're still out there, they're still supporting the Patriots, they're showing their Patriot pride and just kind of building upon those traditions.
Yeah, we are, I guess you would say, a small school, 7,500 students, but it's always fun. There's always something to do. What are some other things throughout the year that you work with Jamison with to put on?
Jamison and I, we've done a couple different things for the last few years. We always start off the year with our rec sports and campus activities, co-sponsored poker tournament. We always do that, usually at the beginning of school. Anything Jamison comes up with, he usually comes to me and says, hey, it'd be fun, let's try this, it'd be really cool. One of the big things was the Ford Tailgate Series. He said, we have that going on, why don't we get together and do some things where there's stuff there for all types of students. So in us talking about that and meeting about that, we ended up having inflatables there and free food, and we had a magician come out, and they had a game with the soccer teams, them playing each other, and the volleyball team playing each other, so that was a lot of fun. But it really just depends on what Jamison or we come up with. We sometimes have crazy ideas and we're like, hey, let's try this, and sometimes it works really well, and others maybe not.
Jamison's the king of crazy ideas. Just for the people watching this video, just look at his socks. I'm sure they're probably weird, or his shoes. Well, Jennifer, thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate it, and thanks a lot for all you do here at UT Tyler.
Hey, thanks.